Alright, we are witnessing some farming this morning. This late in the year, they are picking potatoes. And you can see the big machine here, and he's about to dump the pile. Are they potatoes or are they rutabagas?
I think they're some sort of
They're
root.
big, giant things, whatever they are.
I think they're potatoes.
No, they're like rutabagas or something. Look at that, guys. It's got a big auger in there. Woo!
Today, as we drive south towards France, we'll be leaving Belgium pretty soon, but we decided to take the country roads instead of the interstate like yesterday. If you've been following our journey for a while, you know we like the back roads, even if they get a little adventurous. Now, as we were mapping out our plan last night, Kurt spotted a castle along the way that we could pull off and get a look at. But what's cool about this castle is it is privately owned. Somebody lives in this thing. So we can't take you up there to see it because it'd be like walking up in somebody's front yard. But it is supposed to be really, really pretty, including the drive, but especially the castle. It's supposed to be perched up on top of like a cliff that's kind of over a little river. Let's go see if we can find it.
I've got this feeling deep within my mind. All the crazy circumstances we just leave behind. Ooh, we're leaving early, following the sun. You keep saying life begins here, down the 101. It's like we were made for all the perfect moments like these. I just want us to get more and forever all of the time.
I found the castle. Had to cross the river. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Wow. It's been raining a lot, so it's muddy and slippery. And it's cold. It's still early, but it's not raining and there's a little bit of sunshine today. See if we can get down here a little closer and show you this thing. Can't imagine living in a castle. So the van is right over there. I don't think you can see it through the trees. We're parked up there. I don't know if Kurt knows I found a way to the other side. But we're gonna get a great view of this castle up here. If we don't fall down and bust our butt on this slippery trail. Alright, I have reached the end of the trail. The castle's right up there on that cliff. I've definitely reached private property. I could go a little farther, except for it's wet and very slippery. I just don't quite feel like falling into a river today. So let's head back to the van. Kurt's gonna be jealous that I found a cool trail without him. Our day is off to a good start. I did not expect to go on such a long little walk though. I thought I was just walking 100 feet down to the river, but then I discovered that trail and I just kept going, but I wasn't dressed for it. So now I'm back in the van getting all warm and cozy. It is 46 degrees outside, but our day is not over. We're southbound, headed towards France.
Windy country roads, let's go.
New driver in town. We'll probably be going much slower now.
Vanna is on the dash and Snow is at the wheel, which means today is moving day and we spent a good bit of time coming down through Brussels. We're headed south and we have crossed the border into France and we are following the Meuse River. Now, if you remember in the last episode, we stopped at Dinant, that charming little town with the citadel, and that was on the Meuse River. So we're following that south down here and just got into France, and we've been coming through the countryside and all these little villages, and to be honest with you, it is eye candy. There's churches, there's all these rock houses, stone houses, and of course you got the river and the leaves, and we are having a time. All right, we are almost to our camp spot, and here they have some camping car parks.
Yeah, it's a French thing, and they're 99% automated. Like you just go up there and you have like almost like an ATM card, and that's how you pay. They're not manned or anything. But to get the card, most people order one online, and it gets mailed to them. Of course, we can't do that. But a few of the places are set up where you can actually buy the cards there. And we hope that's what this is. We will see in just a minute.
Here's your jacket.
I don't think this is going to be what
Create
we were
an
looking
account.
for. Get an access card.
There you go. Okay, it looks like we can get one.
It was a little hectic while we were getting our setup here at this new campsite because it's so freaking cold outside and the sprinkles were starting to come in. But what these are is they're called Camping Car Parks France. And it's like a network of campgrounds all around France that are completely automated. To get in, you have to have like your own little credit card. It's like an ATM card that you keep a balance on. And it scans at the door and lets you in. In order to get one of those, you need a mailing address. Or find one of the very few campsites scattered around France that has the machine that will give you a card. And we had heard this one had one. We came here and it did. So we now have the camping car park card. Gives us a whole nother option for very convenient camping here in France. So that's the story on that. I think we're probably gonna do some editing because it's so cold. And we'll see you guys in the morning because we are heading somewhere that makes me so incredibly happy. Because I'll give you a hint, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Do you hear the jingle bells playing in the background? I'm so excited. We'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. We had a good night's sleep at our camp. We're on the road bright and early. We're heading to a destination that we have had planned for months and months and months that I am extremely excited about. Kurt's excited too, but a little spoiler alert, I'm probably a lot more excited, and you'll see why in a little while. First, we have to stop off and make a very important stop. We've told you a little bit about how the bigger cities over here in Europe have emissions controls, and you have to have stickers on your windshield to get into certain parts of town to prove that you've got a, you know, an engine that meets the emission requirements. We've been told that we can get one of those at a Mercedes dealership. So we're gonna stop and do that, because when you order them online, they take like 2 weeks to show up. You have to have a delivery address. And when you live a lifestyle like us, delivery addresses are extremely difficult, especially to plan ahead. So we've got our fingers crossed that a Mercedes dealership will be able to help us with that. So that's stop number 1. And stop number 2 should be the super exciting place. Are you excited, Kurt?
Yeah.
See, I told you. He's excited, but I'm like a little kid on Christmas morning. Okay, we found a Mercedes dealership. We popped into 2 different departments to ask the question about whether we could get the emissions sticker for our windshield here. Both places thought we were a little bit crazy, so I'm guessing right here anyway, the answer is no. Vanna's on the dash, Kurt's whipping up some lunch in the parking lot. It's really kind of chilly outside. And some of you guys may be wondering why we just didn't find an address and get this thing mailed in advance. When you're in the computer system, we did try to do that through the official government website. When you're in the computer system, you have to put the country where the vehicle is registered, and then they're going to want you to enter your title and your registration and all your car documents. The United States isn't an option in the drop-down box, so you can't get past that section. And Kurt sent an email over to them, and they basically told us the United States couldn't, we couldn't with the van registered in the United States, not through them. So we were trying this other option because we had heard some people had. Along the way, maybe if it's convenient, we'll pop into another Mercedes or 2 and ask the question. But I guess we'll just see what happens when we get to these low emission areas.
All right, guys, we told you about the automation. Here's a little grocery store. You can get pretty much all your fruits and veg, and then they have like a lot of salted meats, even some eggs. 5 pounds, $5 for a dozen eggs. Here you can get some sodas, some spices. They got all kinds of different little treats you can get in all these different cases. Hummus, and croutons or crackers. There's some rice pilaf and tomato ketchup. I don't know what kind of combination that is. Here you get some sardines and some sauces. Here you go, salt, tapenade, and sardines. Looks like a popular combination. And they have soda machine, which is pretty standard. But then over here, they got a bread machine, and I think the bread machine might even be out of bread. So there's that. And then over here, they even have more. One of these is, I think, a pizza, and then the other one is like chips and snacks and drinks and cookies and things like that. So you can get a cake. I don't know how you get to rotate it. And you got your candies and things. And then we've seen these before. This is the automated pizza machines. And this one says 3 minutes you get your pizza. All right, we're coming through an automated toll booth. This is the second one today. The last one was $11. This one is going to be, drum roll.
Very complicated. It does not tell me how much it was, and it does not give us a receipt. Today has been a lot about driving. I'd say when it's all said and done, we probably got 3.5 to 4 hours of driving we will have done today after we left our little campsite this morning. We're driving east along the very northern edge of France. So right over there is Belgium. We've been going through rolling green hills, and we're catching the very tail end of leaf season. So there's only a few leaves still on the trees, but you look out and you see pretty churches, and we drive through a lot of little towns. We did our best to avoid the big roads. But we have a destination that we are taking you to. And this area is called the Alsece Region of France. Now it has several things that make it really cool. The first one is it has had centuries being tossed back and forth between Germany and France. They have fought over this little sliver of land for a long, long time. Now, of course, recent history has it being French. But what that meant was, up here there is a culinary culture, a fusion of German food and French food. So this area is famous for its food. It is also famous for all of its small, and some of them are a little large, beautiful villages, medieval villages, lots of little beautiful churches and town centers. So it is known for that. I'm not done. It's also known as a wine region. There are wineries all over the place. This is a great place to do a wine tour. But that is not why we are here. We are here as we are rolling into the holiday season. And all of these little villages and cities throughout this region put on Christmas markets. And we plan on taking you to as many of them as we can. Now we're rolling into the one in the very northern section of the Alsace region, but we will be driving south and hitting numerous of these little villages and showing you all different styles and kinds of Christmas markets. What that means is we're going to continue to put videos out on Saturdays and Wednesdays as usual, but you guys may get a few bonus videos as we roll into Christmas over the next week or so. So if you've been following the journey, you know how much I love Christmas. I am extremely excited to get there.
Take the 5th exit.
All right, Merry Christmas. We have a conundrum. Noel Haganua. How do you say that? Haganua?
Chateau, so Haganua. No, that would have an X in it.
All right, anyway, those are linguistic problems that we find ourselves in no matter where in the world we are. But we are headed down to the Christmas market. As Snow, I think, has already said it. She is excited and she is all bundled up. It's about 37 degrees Fahrenheit.
Look at this.
The rain has stopped, and I would not be surprised if we don't get some flurries.
I pulled out the heavy artillery jacket.
And we can see sort of the church steeple sticking up. Snow has a big old giant grin on her face. And she definitely has Christmas tree envy as the street is just lined with Christmas trees.
Alright, so this is the plan. We already have Christmas lights left over from last year. Gonna hang those in the van tonight or in the morning. And at each market, I'm gonna buy one decoration. Of course, it will be small and very economical, which will be hard. But we will decorate the van as we go through the Christmas market. So as far as the Alsace region goes, we are at the northernmost Christmas market in the region. And we butt right up next to, I believe it's one of France's largest forests. So as we were driving here, we came through a lot of timber stuff. And from what I read, there are two carpenters, artists actually, that carve these nativities every year from the forest that we butt up next to.
This is duck liver, right?
Exactly, duck liver.
Or they call it fatty duck liver sometimes, no?
Yeah, it's, if I translate it word to word, it would be fat liver, foie gras.
Yeah.
It's because for the process of making it, we need to make them fat. That's why it's a bit controversial, because we force them to eat, kind of. You want to try too?
No, I'm okay, thank you. I'm not courageous.
Yeah.
I'm a chicken.
That's a proper French dish, like every French.
I have tried it in Whistler one year.
That is really good.
Is it good?
So, that's good.
Yeah, it is. It is. That one is our regular one, so it's just salt and pepper. And in my area, like in the Basque Country, we produce a chili. It's called chili pepper from Espelette. Espelette is the village where we produce it. And that chili is known for its taste and not the spice. It's not properly spicy. So I have a version of the foie gras made with our chili.
Alright, I'll try one.
It's good. I think you'll like it. It's not livery like you would think. It's
I
I
know that the liver thing
Scares
makes it. Yeah.
Snow is being very brave.
Oh, it is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. There's green cheese, look. Pimento, pesto, pimento. How you doing?
Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour.
If you want to test, this one is Comté.
Conte?
Comté, 30 months conserved.
13
Yes.
months.
And this one is Tom with peppers. If you want to test, you can.
Very good.
Ooh, that's sharp. That's good.
Very good.
Every cheese here is very good.
Yes. That one is.
Ooh. Yeah, that is good cheese. Thank you. Merci.
Pas de problème.
Wow. It's sweet and chewy, and it's got nuts in it.
I need to try it.
You're gonna love this. Thank you so much.
It's like fudge, divinity, saltwater taffy
It's so
all
good.
together, and it's incredible.
Mm.
And
So-
it's so good.
It's $75 a kilo, 75 euros a kilo. So I gotta be honest, there's so many unique things here that I haven't seen. But they have beeswax candles, and here they have not only have beeswax candles, but beeswax wine, candles, all that stuff. And then you come to this booth, and it's everything is made with cork. Cork watches, cork glass cases, cork shoes, cork slippers, cork hats, everything cork. It is so cool.
All right. My wonderful plan of getting a Christmas ornament from each village, I don't think it's going to work for two reasons. One, the ones we can afford are generic, and I've seen them literally in the grocery stores. The ones that I would want that kind of document the village and the area and the region are just way too big for our van, and more importantly, way too expensive. So we will just be stopping by a grocery store, making our van festive with some very economical decorations, and we'll worry more about experiences, trying some of the local cuisine and drinks. If I see something I fall in love with, I'll get it, but I'm not going to force it at each village.
All right, it is official. This Christmas market is off the charts. The food here and the drinks, they smell so delicious. And then you go up and you have like a little snack of some little sweet treat. We had foie de gras, which I know is controversial, but it was so tasty. They've got like these cinnamon drinks, these breads, and everything you can think of. And we got to figure out which one we want because we need to get warmed up. So we're going to go figure that out, grab something, and go have a bite to eat and some warm drink.
All right. I asked the nice family right here behind us how to properly pronounce the name of this village. It is Haganau.
Haganau.
In French. And I think it was in German, it's Haganau. But it's Haganau in French. So we got it.
Haganau.
Haganau. We made it back to the van. It was getting quite chilly out there, huh, Kurt?
It's toasty in here.
It is toasty in our van. Our little diesel heater warms this place right up. But what a really amazing experience.
I think it really kind of surprised me in a very positive way. There was a lot of unique booths there of stuff we had never seen, and the food.
Yeah. Well, the atmosphere, the food, the people, it's the holiday spirit is all around you. The lights, all the stores are decorated up. It was a good way to kick off our Christmas market
It
tour.
stopped raining.
It did. It stopped raining. We ended up going for churros with some Nutella to dip it in and 2 hot chocolates.
Yummy.
We got cute little mugs with the name of the village on it. Little Christmas mugs that came with our hot chocolate. So that's a nice little souvenir. I think we can get one of those at every market we go to. I think it's a thing here. But yeah, the lights all started coming on and twinkling as the night was winding down. We're camped about 15 minutes away, so we had to walk about 15 minutes, but through a beautiful little village with or without Christmas lights. This is a cool little town.
And I can tell you, there were so many tasty little treats and things that we did not try because we are saving them for the next one.
Yes, we'll have to try a different treat and a different drink in every village. But with that, guys, we're going to stay bundled up here in our van for the night, wind this video down. We'll see you guys in a few days from
Strasbourg.
the largest Christmas market in all of France.
Excited about this one, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas!
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!